as well. So definitely looks like this map isn't really a great map for Zerg players. And C is going to be pumping out those medics and marines at a rapid rate from those three barracks, but GoRush does have his spire up, so he should be able to limit C within his base and harass him successfully with those Mutalisks. And GoRush now reinforcing his sunken line, but he isn't reinforcing the sunken line to the rear of his base, which is where I suspect C will come in from. C's got his engineering bay up, and he's also starting up his factory. So and C's putting up a few turrets, so he's probably going to be ready by the time GoRush's Mutalisks pop out. GoRush doesn't have a single Mutalist yet, so C trying to get in from the front door, found himself blocked from the four Sunkens of GoRush, and GoRush now with his Mutalisks up and running, and he's probably going to go over and harass C. It'll be interesting to see how effective GoRush is at harassing compared to players like Savior and July Zerg who do it very well. C's got a lot of turrets up though, so it's going to be difficult for GoRush to do significant damage with those Mutalisks. He needs to buy himself some time. I think this Mutalisk harass is going to be key because C's going to have his tanks out soon. I didn't see a starport with control tower yet, so he's still a little bit away from a science vessel. He's starting a starport yet, so GoRush with the harass now. He's going for that turret. He did he damaged it. It might even burn down to be destroyed unless it's repaired. It doesn't look like C's got anything to repair it with. GoRush picks off a marine there, so he is microing those Mutalisks quite well, but C has got turrets up all over the place in anticipation of the Mutalisk harass, and he's doing a great job of it. GoRush going for fast defilers, and he is going to need them because C is going to have a substantial army ready, and C's content to just sit back in his base, and GoRush actually finds a way around the back into C's base, and he's picked off 4 SCVs. And he's finally forced out by flanking marines from both sides. An excellent micro there. He just picked off that medic in that group of marines. That takes some real micro, and you can see C actually repaired that turret that GoRush had damaged, which was burning. So GoRush already starting his hive tech, which is something C will be very well aware of. And C needs to push now. C needs to get that tank out and push now before GoRush gets that hive. Gets those defilers. GoRush continuing to make Mutalisks, so he's building up a large Mutalisk force. I'm not sure if that's really going to help him too much in terms of harassing C, because C does have a lot of turrets, and GoRush once again microing those Mutalisks, taking out one turret, and this is those turrets give C the time to bring his marines down. So even though GoRush killed those 2 turrets, they only cost 75 minerals, so that's not a serious loss to C, and he's got his marines down to block GoRush. But I suppose the more significant thing that GoRush is doing is he's keeping C bottled up in his base. He's also got his lurker tech up, so he's making a few lurkers, and his hive is still completing. C has yet to move out from his base. If C wants to win this game, he needs to move out quickly and move out with his tank. But I suppose that because GoRush does have a significant force of Mutalisks, and even if C were to move out now, GoRush could potentially cause him trouble with a Mutalisk Zergling lurker combined attack. And once again GoRush sneaking around the back of C's base and picking off a few SCVs. C managed to kill off a couple of Mutalisks there, but he didn't do a significant amount of damage to GoRush. And GoRush now with his hive complete, he should be starting his defiler tech. C has yet to move out with his base. He has still not started his push, and I think he's making a big mistake. He's leaving it too long to push out of his base. He's basically not pressured GoRush much at all. He did do this kind of a bit of pressure once in the beginning at the back of GoRush's expansion, but since then he's let GoRush have everything his own way, and GoRush is freely controlling the map with that large group of Mutalisks, and C has not rebuilt those turrets, so there's only kind of 3 turrets guarding that expansion of C, which is only vulnerable to aerial attack or through C's main base. So GoRush actually going for a greater spire, so that's very interesting. So GoRush is going to have Guardians. C only has a single science vessel and a few marines, and that might not be very effective against a large group of Guardians. So GoRush definitely with the upper hand here, it would seem. He's got a large army. I don't see a siege tank. Where is C's siege tank? He's going to need a siege tank to combat GoRush's force. GoRush looks like he's going to come in now with his lurkers and Zerglings. I don't think there's any need for him to do that. He should wait until his greater spire is complete. Should wait until his defiler tech is complete. Just slow C down from pushing, but there's no need for GoRush to actually attack. GoRush has just got his army bunched up to the south there. Looks like he's going to try and pincer C from both directions, and if he does manage to pull that off, that'll be a great move. And C forced back. C forced back by GoRush's Mutalisks, and GoRush attacking now. C has left that ramp undefended. GoRush is Zergling streaming through that ramp. The science vessel is undefended, and the GoRush's Mutalisks are going to pick that off. The tank was on its own. C completely caught out of position, just taken completely by surprise by GoRush. He does have one science vessel, but GoRush has got those lurkers buried at the ramp, and those medics and marines are not going to be able to get up that ramp with GoRush's lurkers there. GoRush has got about 4 lurkers there, and oh, actually C does manage to defend. Is C going to be able to defend this? He has taken out most of the lurkers, but GoRush is in his base. C's got loads of Marines just standing idle doing nothing. GoRush's Zerglings meanwhile are wreaking havoc in C's base, and C just GG's. Oh my god, that was pathetic. That was just really, really crap by C. He just played a really average, ordinary game, and GoRush made him pay for it. So GoRush with an emphatic victory over yet another Terran. This is his 4th straight win against, or is it third or 4th straight win against a Terran player. And GoRush showing why he's here, and looks like another a return for form for him as well. And I guess this is the 3rd or 4th player now of the so-called greats that is doing well in this tournament, and that is definitely exciting for the fans. I have to say, I think C's choice of strategy was what let him down. He went for the fast expansion. He didn't pressure GoRush. He knew that GoRush had gone for the 3 hatcheries, and that GoRush was going to have 3 gas from those 3 hatcheries, and he did not take down any one of those gases. He did not pressure GoRush, and he allowed GoRush to get his tech up. Even if C had survived that attack from GoRush, he would still have lost the game in the long run, because GoRush's Defiler tech was coming up. So GoRush really dominated that game, and C didn't really seem to have a chance. He had that kind of early kind of attack, but by the time he made that attack, GoRush already had 4 Sunkens up. I think definitely, I said earlier that I thought this map was maybe against Zerg. I guess it's more balanced than that, but I do think that Zerg is more vulnerable early game in this map rather than late game, because of that natural expansion being vulnerable from two positions. And GoRush took the risk of building hatcheries on both those positions, and C knew about it, and he decided not to exploit that. I suppose he couldn't really, since he went for a fast expansion, and GoRush from that point on was really in the lead. He did a good job of keeping C in his base from his Mutalisk harass, and with a wonderful flanking maneuver managed to get inside C's base and caught him completely out of position while C was just starting to do his push, and finished off the game. So well played by GoRush, a deserved victory, an emphatic victory, and GoRush chatting with his new SK Team 1 teammate July Zerg there. I wonder if they exchange strategies for next week, considering that the maps will probably be swapped around. So that was actually a very exciting game. GoRush proving me wrong, and playing some intelligent and fun gameplay, and C really just being cannon fodder for GoRush's swarming Zerg. That was a good game. I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. This is Klazart.
그동안에 자신이 흔들리면서 하이브를 보게 되니까 아 이건 하이브 태태의 공격이겠구나 생각하기 마련인데 그때 저글링을 넣고 들어오니까 속수무책이었죠. 그렇죠. 마수를 한번 보냈습니다. 연보정 선수를 상대로 시원하게 박태민 선수가 마수를 넘어뜨려서 자 1등 박태민 선수는 앞서가고요. 관심 가시죠. 이제 드디어 SK텔레콤 T1 유니폼을 입은 박성전 선수와 강민 선수가 잠시 후에 맞붙습니다. 이곳에서 말이죠.